Hello everybody, I'm TychoCelchuuu and welcome to A Company of Heroes 2 Shoutcast. Yes, it's been a long while. It's been a while, as they say in that song, of which I know a little about, because I'm back. There's a patch, I guess. The patch made things good, is what I've heard. I don't really know. I just played 4 auto match games, won 2, lost 2, so I haven't lost my mojo, that old Tycho mojo. Snap, 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 snap. You like that left and right in your ears? Or is that right and left? Because that's my left hand, but it's on the right of the microphone. I don't really know. Is this in your right ear or your left ear? I'm streaming this simultaneously on Twitch. Hello to all the viewers in Twitch chat and all the viewers who aren't in Twitch chat who are on YouTube. Which is more people. Please follow me on Twitch so that I can... I don't really know. But we have British versus, OKW, Hoy Jimmy 890, who I'm sure has been featured in some of my shoutcasts in the past, and Webster.B, who I don't know. Whom I don't know. And chat says, Hammer of the Gods. I don't know what that means. But hello, Sky247, welcome to Twitch chat. I hope we're good. Oh, I should change, I should change the title of my Twitch stream from Learning How to Play Again to Casting, but... that would interrupt the viewing experience for the YouTubers at home, and there's nothing I'd like less than that. So we do have a Tommy Vickers build order coming out from the British, which is of course named after the famous British soldier Tommy, quotes Tommy Vickers. I say quotes Tommy because Tommy is his nickname. It's also his first name, so it's a really redundant nickname, but those British, they just love to jest, don't they? So the Tommy Vickers strat, named after Tommy Vickers, who pioneered the strat as Spam, but it was later changed to 2 Tommies and a Victor, and a Vickers, because it just didn't make a lot of sense to call it Tommy Vickers if it was Spam. People were getting really confused. We have some really unfortunate folks who getting caught by the Vickers at pretty much max range, suppressed, and losing 2 models to the Tommies plus the Vickers firing at them. So Jimmy keeping them in the fight, waiting for them to get unsuppressed and trying to crawl them into a building or something, at least away from the fire and into some cover, because Tommy really doesn't want to, or Jimmy, God, all these names, all these white people names, Jimmy really doesn't want to lose control of the middle, and those folks were just going to be stopgaps until the 5-man brand new folk squad got here, so you can tell how important it is to control the middle of the map for both these players. And in any case, we do have this Vickers set up in this even more stately palace here on the right. I guess I say more stately, it might be, oh Jesus, these Tommies, oh no, that's a squad loss, Webster may be down. By the way, we're spectating real time. I don't know if I mentioned that, but we are. Yeah, so Vickers is set up here in the middle, and that's going to be a pain in the ass to dislodge without any grenades, so we may see grenades, or some flamethrowers coming out eventually for Sturmhaus, because they get grenades, or flamethrowers if you go the Flame Doctrine, which he has, right? Yes, Assault Package, great. Man, a lot of damage being taken by both these players. These are both very good players. This is a top-ranked auto match game currently being played. So there's that. Yeah, so I don't know a lot about CoH2 now. It's been a while since I came back. I haven't played a ton in the new patch. I've watched a little streaming, but not a ton of streaming. I've read some of the CoH2.org forums, but not all the CoH2.org forums. I've sort of sacrificed some chickens and burned some incense, but not a lot of chickens, if you know what I mean. One of them may have been a turkey. I wasn't paying a lot of attention. So I have limited game knowledge, and this is going to be a learning as we go sort of thing. This Kubil is learning you don't want to be close to infantry because they'll shoot you. They're going to get into cover and then decide, you know what, I don't need to fight that Kubil. It's leaving on its own. So we have about an even split on the map right now. 1 fuel point in control for both players, and 1 muni advantage for the OKW right now. But we have a VP advantage for the British. Sky247 in chat says, LOL Sky, thanks Tycho. Oh, it probably meant LOL Psych, thanks Tycho. It's only been following for 5 years. You've only been following for 5 years. Well, everybody has to start somewhere. Maybe in the future you'll be following for 10 years, but you know, not everybody's there yet. Is it possible to have followed me for 10 years? When did I start posting on YouTube? Maybe 2008. We might be coming up on my 10-year anniversary, folks. What are you going to get me? I'm just kidding. I don't need anything. Get me money. Yeah, so kind of a static battle line so far. Some poking and prodding with this Kubil. The nice thing about that is that if the Kubil's got enough health to sort of play this game where you drive forward and shoot them, and then they shoot you, you just drive back. There's not a lot to worry about, because they have to hop this fence to chase you. By that time you can get out of there, and no big deal. So this has been changed into a medic section for the infantry section, those Tommies, and that's important because this Vickers could use some healing. This Vickers having repositioned at least once. I should have been keeping more of an eye on the Vickers instead of on whatever it is I've been looking at, but it's interesting to see the Vickers out of that house. You notice always that the good players will keep repositioning things like their machine guns, because once your opponent knows where it is, it's about as good as dead if they're good. And of course, if they're not good, you can do whatever the fuck you want, because you're playing against someone who is not good. So that's really the plan. That's Tycho's strategy for playing against people who aren't good. Do whatever the fuck you want. Great grenade there, predicting the Tommies were going to get in there and setting the thing on fire so as to evict them. Some sort of water can just got exploded by the fire. That does not strike me as particularly realistic, but I don't know who to complain to. I suppose if it was boiling, then maybe the pressure would build up and it would go pop, like some sort of pressure cooker. I use pressure cookers mostly to cook beans, but I actually use them for a lot of things. It's just that I cook so many beans that I can say I use them mostly to cook beans. I can very much recommend getting a pressure cooker if you cook the sorts of things a pressure cooker can cook, which is beans, number one, and some other stuff. But again, really pushing the bean angle on the pressure cookers.
Damned enemies tried to take a point from us.
I wanted to hear that first voice line. One extra so is one extra soldier. But I wanted to hear it, is my point. I wanted to hear the whole extra soldier. Oof, right into, again with the incendiaries. Very good prediction from Jimmy. And we have a cat coming into my room. I'm looking after two cats for some friends. Hello, can you be heard on the mic? Come up and meow on the mic. Yeah, good cat. So hopping in, oh, not hopping in, hopping in, hopping in the church, even though it's still on fire. Bold move, Cotton, let's see if it pays off. And the answer is no. Not really, because you're so close to the Stern Pioneers, they're going to do some damage. Oh, but it was just a, oh, I was going to say it's just the old switcheroo for the brand new squad, but the brand new squad is also broken down and busted, so they both take some losses, got to get out of there. It's a losing retreat at this point for the British, and just hoping this AT gun is going to be able to counter the brand new AA half-track, which is really doing a number on that church. And boom, first shot hits, love to see it. The cat is good, says SL128 in Twitch chat, and we pop smoke immediately. German player is Johnny on the spot with the 420 Blaze It. Yes, we get it, you vape, because that's a safe half track. But good, wonderful. I say good, I should say wonderful. So good prediction from the 6-pounder, getting out there just in time to send the AA half track packing back to Berlin, because that's where Germany is. Germany is in Berlin. What is this asshole on the side doing? Why can't he go into this window and shoot at these people? Infantry are supposed to automatically just hang out at the windows and fire at people, but I guess that's a false window. Is this a false window in the middle of the house? Is that one of those windows people like paste on the side of their house to make it look like they have more windows, but they don't have that many windows? No. AOM Sinzana in chat says, "Da kitten wanna join tis stim." And that's basically wrong. I think the cat has left. In about an hour and a half, the cats are going to be really loud because that's when they want their food. So maybe I'll still be streaming then. You'll hear that for the people in the stream, and maybe I'll be casting for the people on YouTube. One model down. So this is bad. You don't want your 6-pounder to get picked off by this infantry. We got a sneaky AA half-track backing its ass up into here. It's kind of bad timing in a way, because the 6-pounder's been pushed off by the infantry, so it's going to be in a good position to stop this flank. What you want is to actually catch the 6-pounder with its pants down like this, and then come in for the frontal push and start picking off those infantry. That would be perfect, but it looks like that's not going to happen. Nice rear hit, and this thing has one more shot max before it dies, and it doesn't have the munitions. Oof, it hit the Kubel! My goodness, it must have switched targets. There's no way he would have targeted the Kubel on purpose. That squad is off to the races. The Vickers squad is off to the races, back retreating. These guys are just like, what are these people like lining up and walking past us, like shaking hands like it's the end of a soccer match? Sinza in chat says, AA half-track is so powerful now because the setup and pack time greatly improved. That's interesting to hear. Good to hear. That's one of those changes. I read the changelog and then mostly forgot everything because it's a long changelog. I should really study that with a magnifying glass. I've heard the OKW, a lot of people complaining that they've been nerfed to high holy hell, but I've lost a game to the OKW this afternoon, so clearly they've been buffed too much and they should get nerfed some more. See that OKW use against your late game and you'll realize it. So I did have an OKW using against me late game last time, and I lost! Don't think that's why I lost, but I lost. So OKW doing pretty good, capturing a lot of the map, and taking out a squad at some point. Now the question is, can the British come back with resupply half-track? What is this? Looks like a fucking Star Wars vehicle. I love these skins. I should have gotten these skins back when you can get these skins. The goofier a skin looks, the more I'm in for it. Here comes a 6-pounder setting up. Can this M3 hurt the AA? It looks like the answer is no, so this is a little puzzling. It's here to reinforce the Vickers, but the Vickers is fuck 6 ways to Sundale, looks like. Whoop, popping some smoke. And German player is good to go. Everything's peachy keen. Gun is not crude. Not anymore. Well, I didn't think it was uncrude at the beginning, so thanks. Oof. So British are not going to be happy, but they can recrew the 6-pounder and reinforce at this half-track, so I guess it can reinforce, right? I wasn't just... What is this? Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm coughing. They've got to be able... Yeah, they're reinforcing. Good. That's what I thought. So now this thing can't pop smoke again because it's on cooldown, so it's got to just drive away. 6-pounder's not going to be able to kill it because there's some shot blockers there. And the British are at least still in the game, although it's looking rather dire. Whew, it is looking dire. They're cut off on the left, cut off on the right, but they don't even have really much to get cut off. And I think the the German player is going to be sitting pretty right now. What has the Germans sunk all the fuel into? Oh, we have a infantry gun coming out. These don't cost fuel, right? No, they don't cost fuel, but I guess we've teched up to the AA half-track thing a while ago. Maybe that's what the fuel is spent on. Hello, cat. Hello, cat. You want to meow for the microphone while we watch some infantry? Engineer. So finally we've got some people who can have... I thought they could have Piats. I was lying. Did they change that at some point in history? No more Piats for these things? Who gets the Piats then? Do you have to buy Piats? These guys just give anybody a Piat. This is a cool little half track. It heals things. The Royal Engineers will have to repair it. Or the Sappers, Royal Engineers, whatever they are. Oh god, now there's cats everywhere. Kind of a straightforward game right now. Just people shooting at each other left and right. I don't know why the German player is sticking around so much. You definitely don't have the forces to contain the British. What you're doing right now is you're paying manpower to keep them penned up here, but you're paying a lot of manpower to keep them penned up for not too long. Like, maybe the plan was buy a bit of time for the half-track to get in position, but I don't know if this is the position. Oof, this could be bad if there was 6-pounder. Oh, right, smoke. I don't know how I feel about smoke. It's a bit of a get-out-of-jail-free sort of thing. One of those strange things. The infantry gun, I think, may have just shot the building. Yep, it's just shooting the building. So remember, folks, don't set up your artillery like this, because this will happen. If you did this in Men of War, the first shell would hit the roof, it would explode, everyone would die, the roof would collapse, that would destroy the weapon, and then probably the house would catch on fire. So just be glad that that didn't happen. It sounds like you do know how you feel about smoke, says Colin P. It's white fart, save my ass, says Sinzana. You're both correct. So the British player slow and steady wins the race, trying to claw their way back into this game, finally getting some munitions up here, maybe able to deploy some Piats, but this infantry gun is going to just shell them when they try and capture things, and we still have infantry superiority here for the Germans, and that's that. How many kills does a half-track have? 1 kill. 1 kill on the half-track, almost up to a level of vet anyways. What's it get at vet? Effectiveness of the top gunner, improves mobility and reinforcement. Wow, vet 2 sounds like a real doozy in sighting and reinforcement. Wow, once you get vet 3, can you reinforce like over here or something? I wonder how big it is, how big it gets. These guys gotta throw a... no. Because they can't. They gotta be in their own territory. I remember that. That AA half-track, what the fuck happened there? It's just Piats. Just Piats, I think. Hard to tell. Wow. Don't do that. Don't, oop, that, yeah. You just don't hop into a tiny building with no health unless you're 100% sure your opponent's not going to immediately wail on it with some sort of AT gun or AA thing. That may have been a game-losing decision right there. I almost said game-losing mistake. It's a little harsh to call it a mistake. Obviously, the British player could not see into the fog of war. But, look, there's one of these things here. The shack has no health. Just hop into this thing. You wanted to kill... You clearly want to kill the AA thing. You're not going to get it anyways. The PS doesn't have the range, but... That's unfortunate. R.I.P. Sapper, says A.M. Sinzana. R.I.P. Sapper indeed. And the British player immediately builds another, because you will eventually have to repair the Sun 3 half-track, I suppose. And they do have Piats, so... somehow they get that. Tank Hunter. Great. So the German player being surprisingly unaggressive and also not using all of their forces in concert has allowed the British player to make some pretty heady gains on the map considering the disposition of the two forces. That's also down to the British player's good usage of the AT gun, always keeping it with the bulk of the forces, and also down to the fact that the British players, until right now when they're pushing out over here with this squad, the British player has really kind of not been blobbing, but been keeping the forces in one sort of cohesive whole, which means the AT gun is able to protect everybody from the AA half-track. So that concentration plus just good setup of the AT gun, if you've ever tried to set up AT guns, you know it can be tricky to get the right sight lines, but the British player has been accomplishing that, and in doing so has clawed their way back onto half the map with 2 VPs, and AM Simza says even if he did not spot the flak half-track, he should garrison this hut. It had 0 value in this hut. Yeah, I mean, the reason he went into the hut is to get some final shots on the back of the AA half-track and maybe kill it. Like I said, that was kind of a Hail Mary. I don't think the Piats would have reached anyways, but that's life. And now we have a 3-inch mortar emplacement. Guys, raise your hand if you know what else is 3 inches. And this is going to make life kind of a pain for the Germans who are trying to be on the defensive, but very soon it looks like they're going to have to be on the offensive, like over here, because the British is just really clawing their way back in. That's pretty impressive. These Royal Engineers in red cover not having a good time. This cloaked AT gun is taking the point while we have the infantry support gun firing on the church. So we'll have to see. Oof, these frustrators took a lot of damage from those Brens. And here's the AA. Oof, this is going to come down to reinforcement. He's going to pop it. Yep. Fucking smoke, guys. Fucking smoke, cat. What do you think about the smoke? Yeah, me too. So yeah, again, just Johnny on the spot with these AT guns. This British player knows exactly where to put him. If you want to clinic an AT gun placement, you watch this match over and over and over and listen to the soothing sounds of my voice, or maybe just mute my voice and put on some music like Tangerine Dream, their soundtrack to the movie Thief. That's a good movie. If you like Thief, you'd probably like Rafifi. Just an old movie, but a lot like Thief. But French, so not everything like Thief. Tangerine Dream is French, right? Or are they German? Maybe they're American. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. If anybody knows in chat the nationality of Tangerine Dream, please let me know. So anyways, we have a Panzer IV out. This is the first time the 6-pounder has not been... Hey guys, raise your hand if you know what else is 6 pounds. The 6-pounder has not been perfectly positioned, but we can give it a pass because obviously it's got a lot of shit to deal with. The British at this point, note how, I guess the Royal Engineers died? Jesus. The British are down to fucking nothing, and they're still doing a fairly good job of holding the line, all things told. Things are crumbling, but it's really impressive that the British were hanging on this long against a massively over-teched overmatched
Trying to take a point
thing.
from us.
What are they using? Fallschirmjägers. Where are they coming? Where are they going? Somebody in chat, please Google the nationality of Tangerine Dream. Oh, they took the Piats on the Sturms. You hate to see that. The Sturms have such good STG-44 usage that you really want to put those special guns on Volksgrenadiers. I guess some people might disagree because the Sturms are more durable, but I don't know. I say put it on the Volksgrenadiers. The Volksgrenadiers have a 5-man model anyways, and whew, Jesus, that Vickers really doing a number on those guys. Tangerine Dream are German. Thank you, Pachinko. What did I guess? I guessed French or German. And you binged it. Great. If you bing it, you get Bing reward points. You can trade in Bing reward points for Amazon gift certificates. I'm telling you, folks, it's the best racket ever. I've got like 30 bucks of Amazon gift certificates just for using Microsoft's shitty search engine. There's some cats. So, oh, hi, cat. Hi, cat. You're right here, aren't you? You're right on my lap. So, Fallschirmjägers are kind of an interesting choice. I should have been paying more attention to when Jimmy picked the Doctrine, because it seems like relatively late in the game. The plan seems to be, look, I've kept my opponent from ticking up so much that I only need Fallschirmjägers to counter all this infantry that's giving me the biggest pain, and these AT guns, these Fallschirmjägers, I feel like must have been buffed, because what the motherfuck was that? Did somebody tell... Oh, cloak. Did somebody tell me if they buff Fallschirm? Jesus, that was nuts. Is this thing up to vet? This thing's up to vet 2! I want to see it vet 3. Oh, it's a long way from vet 3. We're probably not going to see vet 3. If we see vet 3, I'll be really happy. From now on, when I'm casting games, I'm going to wait for vet 3, super half-track, and I want to see how far away it can reinforce people. What is that? Lightning bolt. That's from the half-track, right? Rapid maneuvers increases speed and rotation. That's not from the half-track. Great. I know all about this video game. I'm clearly very knowledgeable. Because I'm TychoCelchuuu. Yeah, fuck that light post up. Yeah, get it. Okay, they're done with it. And we're done with it, folks. We're done with that gag where we follow the light post as it gets pushed along with the AT gun. We're done because there's more serious things afoot. The Germans are probing in all directions. There's some units on the right. There's some units, waiting on the left. This is a sneaky little ambush, and the new engineer section is waiting for orders. What is the British game plan here? Bank up a lot of fuel, buy a big fuck-off tank, kill some people. There is that Panzer IV to contend with. I guess we don't really have a fuck-off tank in the offing. What do the British get for the fuck-off tank? Some Firefly or a Churchill? I don't know. We've teched up to this. I still don't understand British teching quite. Oh, a comet. We can get a comet. Blammo, how many kills does the infantry Spartan gun have? Take a guess, people, before I click on it. I'm gonna guess 4. Okay, that was an over guess. Oh. Go figure, it gets hit with a shell from the 6-pounder and it pops some smoke and then it reverses. Great. Something's making noise. Oh, it's just the half-track. The ability is ready now. Don't think we're going to see a crocodile for a while. But you never know. Against Fallschirmjägers, it is pretty effective. Anything that shoots flame will bring to the infantry pain. Just remember that. Short rhyme if you want to save time. Knowing what will hurt infantry. I was going to say, think about how many kills the Panzer IV had before I clicked on it, but then I clicked on it. Oh, that's a Panther. And that's I heard there's a crocodile ready to cause all kinds of havoc, and I was like, oh, that's because he unlocked the Vanguard. No, he bought a crocodile. Guys, he bought a crocodile. He bought a crocodile. It's like We Bought a Zoo, but it makes even less sense. You ever seen We Bought a Zoo? I watched We Bought a Zoo. Why did I watch We Bought a Zoo? Because I listened to a podcast called Blank Check, and they go through filmographies of directors. At one point they did Cameron Crowe, so they did all the Cameron Crowe movies, including We Bought a Zoo. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Anybody on YouTube? Post in the comment section if you know what We Bought a Zoo is. Nobody. I'm going to get 0 comments on this video. So the crocodile is here, and instantly the Panther's like, I don't know about this. I told you it was good against Fallschirmjägers, because it did kill him. The 6-pounder is here, which is really impressive. Look at all this fire. Look at all this fire, guys. It actually looks less impressive from down here, because you can't get the depth. What you could get is that shell floating in the middle of the air. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Look at it. It's the Piot thing. It's a Piot round. Oh god, what's happening? Well, there goes that. Puggy says, I enjoyed We Bought a Zoo. You're a robot. Not a real human being. So what do we have? We have a lightly damaged Panther with no kills. A Panzer IV with 3 kills. And, where's the Rakettenwerfer? There it is. Still cloaked. Ooh! This could get ugly. Blowing up the, infantry support gun. Yeah, it's not going to get ugly because this is reversing. If the British come back, I am going to be impressed. Why are you killing that building? I guess so the Rakettenwerfer can't go in it? Oh, Raketten might get spotted. I'm just kidding, they won't. Things don't get decloaked very easily in Company of Heroes 2, or in Company of Heroes 1. So we got a blitz. We got a blitz going. We have an encirclement thing going, but we have nothing on this side of the circle except our Rakettenwerfer. Kind of a strange flank command because you're going to lose the element of surprise unless you catch the AT gun. Like, the only thing you really need to flank here is the AT gun. And I guess maybe it could have been back here, but no. I guess he gets the OP, so that's good. That was a munitions OP. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. What's the munitions for, I wonder? For dumping a bunch of stuff out of the resupply half-track? For something else? Somebody tell me what's going on the map. Hold the line. Infantry units in friendly territory gain increased defense. All friendly territory? How come only some of it's green? Explain it! America, explain. Ooh, that was not good. And then some Hawkers are supposed to come in, right? Hawker Typhoons strafe enemies on the front lines with rockets and machine guns. Well, you don't want to strafe with just one or the other. You better give them the whole 9 yards. What was firing at this? It's the 6-pounder, and it can penetrate from the front. It's a surprise to everybody. It's bug, says Am Sensei. Good, good, good to know I'm not going crazier than I already am, which is A+ certifiably bonkers. Man, this Cromwell's turning out to be a better investment than I would have thought. I guess all the armor is making the Germans too scared to run in. That plus the meisterful use of the AT gun. Foosh. 8 kills and still no vet. I guess that makes sense. They're just stinky little infantry kills, and somehow the British player might win this. We have the second AT gun out, so once that gets to the front lines, it's really going to be annoying for the Panzer IV and the Panther to try and pull anything, because they're basically alone, AA or AT-wise. Am Simza is saying you must activate it in the right time. Activate it when the opponent hits your territories. If you activate it first, good game, buddy. So yeah, that's a mysterious sort of thing. That's the end of those guys. The well does not survive. The squad, thankfully, does. Oof, but they leave a little parting gift. Now here's a question. Do you give a Bren to a Fallschirmjäger? Vote now. I wish YouTube let you put little like votes in the comments section or something, because that would have a vote on that. Do you pick up a Bren with a Fallschirmjäger? My view would be no, you give it to the Volksgrenadiers, because the Fallschirmjägers already have their FG-42s. You can't really improve on that. But I could imagine wanting to upgrade them with a Bren. I don't think so though. Man, Rakettenwerfer's getting pushed off by the Churchill. If it eats a burst of flame, this could get ugly. It does, but it's on retreat. I guess since it's at full health, it doesn't have to worry about crits too bad. Piot's coming up, so that's interesting. But this could get really bad. There's 2 AT guns set up. I think maybe the one is out of range. They were showing their backs very briefly, but it's gone. It's gone. It's all gone. Whoop! Look who's here. I'm here to reinforce your AT guns. Awaiting orders? Awaiting orders? What are you driving into this for? This is suicide. Jesus. German player. Woof. Woof. Rear armor hit. One more shot. Actually, really nice damage from the Panther, though. See, that's what you want to do. You want something with long enough range to hit this without getting AT gun. Bam! This is the second squad that's going to die in here. The second Vickers squad. So that was nearly disastrous for the Germans, but managed to get the Panzer IV out.
Our capture
in
point.
tippy-top
That's
shape,
going to
and
take it.
take a Vickers too, so doing pretty well. Hasn't picked up a Bren with Foshenmakers, so there's your answer. Jimmy does not think you pick up a Bren with Foshenmakers. But, you know, if you're on YouTube, post in the comments whether you'd pick up a Bren with Foshenmakers. Aeom Sinza in Twitch chat says, grab it. Can fire on the move. Grab it. Better if you give it to the Sturm Pioneers, the Ober Commander, or the Obersalan. But that's not an option. I guess we do have some Sturm Pioneers, but they're full up. They have a Shrek and a Piat, or just a Shrek and a Piat. I know what I said. That fucking cat is meowing like an asshole out. I'm sure you can't hear it. It's in the other room. It's the cat just loves to do that. He likes to climb up on top of the kitchen and act like he's dying. Because he wants to be played with, I think. It's hard to know. So, very brave Panther coming in. Where did the AT guns go? Wow. That's, I think, the first time the British haven't, like, super... You can hear it, says Pachinko, or you're insane. You can maybe hear it. This microphone picks up a lot of stuff. It's actually kind of a pain in the ass. It picks up the hum of my computer. It picks up all sorts of shit outside if I don't close my windows. It's a really good microphone, but, you know, designed for maybe studio work. So that was the first time these AT guns weren't perfectly set up to catch the Panther. The second time they're ready. The first shot bounces for one of them, so that was a bit unfortunate. Now the Panther realizes they're there, and it's splitting, and it's a miracle those guys survived. And there's a lot of stuff happening with the Foshenmakers picking off some people. They're up to Vet 2. What do they get at Vet 2? Reduces hit by enemy fire, remain hidden when moving cover. Great, those are pretty good. What's going on? What's going on? What's, there we go. We've been promoted. Oh, we have Vet 3 on the half track! Now we just have to see it reinforce somebody. I don't know what that Raketten's plan is, but if it doesn't include dying, then it might want to rewrite its to-do list. Come on, reinforce. Okay, reinforce. There's nothing to reinforce. Please lose a model. Foshenmakers, I guess, must have just Fausted this thing. That's really not worth it. Like, literally right here that people are repairing it. I guess it's gonna take them a while. So maybe it's worth it. It's not worth it. I don't think it's worth it, my friend. Oh, whoop, here we go. ATN, setting up. Fire, fire, fire. Can you reinforce? Can you reinforce? Yeah. Oh, look at that range! Look how far he's reinforcing! Wow. Look at that. 2 Piat squads is doing the work there. Putting in the work. Killing the Panzer IV. And totally worth it because this can get recrewed and fucking reinforced from 10 miles away. I love it. I love it. Double repair. Double sapper squad. I think the British may pull this off. Look at this motherfucker. Oh, he's the AT gun. Is he? I mean, his squad thing looks like that. He must be the AT gun. Don't think that was a Tommy, because there's no way a Tommy squad one man would retreat off the field. Obviously not. So we have a Rakettenwerfer, or Sturm Stuka. Why did I say Rakettenwerfer? What's wrong with me? Wow, nobody. Nobody, huh? No kills, huh? You could have just nailed this, but instead you wanted to, you know. These houses are on their last legs. This house, by the way, is. Well, it looks worse from this angle. But it's impressive how nice it looks considering it has one shot left before it instantly collapses. So, boom, boom, look at that. 2 shots from the AT guns and already have health. You can't just pop smoke on that, can you, motherfucker? Where did the AA half-track go? When did that die? This is a very chaotic game, by the way. It's amazing these players are keeping everything going. This house also, by the way, looking pretty good for the amount of damage it's got left. Over here, it's maybe not looking so great. Here comes Churchill, here to save the day. Oof, oof, look at this meat grinder. It's just a blob. It's just a blob is the plan here from the Germans, and it's working so well. It's working excruciatingly well. The Churchill crocodile has been lured out of its... Oof, the squad got killed on the retreat, those Royal Engineers. The Churchill crocodile, that was a really ill-advised move out from the middle because it allowed the German blob to come in and clean house. And now we have airborne assault coming in. This is going to get ugly. This is going to get really ugly. Churchill crocodile was able to sort of clean up... whoa. What's that? What is going on? What are you doing? Oh, I don't know about charging in the Panther. This may not be the most well-advised move. Lucky some bounces on the front from those, oof. From those AT guns means the Panther gets out. But that was yucky. So I think the Panther was driven in half to try and take out the Churchill, but also half to give some sight for those, what are they called? Stuka JU-87s, because meant Fallschirmjäger squads can reinforce anywhere on the field when that's active. Is that new? Oh, that's the walking Stukas of fuse. Oh! They're all dead, Jim. Oh god, and he got sight somehow. Did he have sight? That didn't work. Someone explain how those planes killed it. Did he have sight? Do you need sight for the planes? Did the Stukas of fuse give sight when its rockets landed somehow? Is that how that works? That was brutal. We picked a really good game for my first game to shoutcast coming back. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of us, YouTube. I'm proud of us, Twitch. Yikes. Are they gonna... They're leaving. Okay, I should look over here. What is going on? So much stuff. Amson's says, Stuka sight that loiter. I didn't know that worked, but
Weapon crew are, I'm afraid.
what the weapon crew? I'm afraid quite dead. It's a fucking James Bond line if I've ever heard one. Yeah, wow, this is nuts. So now basically, the British are fucked, and the only thing they have going for them is that they can reinforce anywhere on the map with this half-tech. And that may not last very long because here's a Panther. I mean, the Panther may not last very long because here's 2 AT guns, but he's out of there.
Our supply line's broken.
What an explosive match. What an impressive explosive match. Pretty good amount of craters too. It's not the moon, but it's far from pristine. If you load this map up at the beginning, this did not look like this. How long do you think those folks... Oh! Here comes some, What, wait, what? That was British artillery. That was, the targeted stuff from these guys. They tossed a, coordinated fire. Alright, so anyways, we have another Churchill Crocodile. I was totally gonna call that out, but, oh, here's this thing. It's firing. It's gonna fire. It's getting ready to fire. It's not firing.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
It won't fire. It's gonna fire. Just hit it behind these guys. Okay, this one stopped moving. Hit that one. I'm bloodthirsty. How many kills does it have? 10. And no V yet.
We've lost an anti-tank gun.
Brit's little bomb costs 100 munitions and 10 fuel worth to upgrade it now. I don't know what that means. Unless you mean upgrading the squad to have it. Which, like this thing. I don't know. Panther versus Churchill. I feel like we've got some big old deja vu, but it's still the same Panther. Look at the vet on these German things. The Panther's only up to vet 2, but the infantry are doing pretty good. Oh, that's a bomb. That's a bomb. Love those things. So big. So bold. So beautiful. So big, so bright, so beautiful. Sorry. Look it up. Here we go. Stuka's firing.
They're trying to take it.
Oh, it's the VP. Good call. Almost got 2 for the price of 1. Landed right there. So, okay, 1 kill on the Stuka, 1 more kill. 11 total. Not so bad. When do you get the cooldown reduction? Vehicle rank 1. Okay. So just drive it into combat and get a shot out of it. That's how you build veterancy, right? That'd be a good idea if these 6-pounders weren't doing a number. So, at this point, the British are basically just hoping, like, oh god, I hope my Churchill saves us all. It's looking less and less likely. If you look at what the OKW has saved up, we are not overly far from a King Tiger. Yeah, we've got all the tech buildings, right? Yeah, we've got all the tech buildings. What is this? Oh yeah, I remember that. That's new. Yeah, we're not that far from a King Tiger. So, that may be the game ender. Panther can't hit shit. AT gun can't hit shit. So, good. Everybody's in good company. And can I just say I am very thrilled this half-track is still alive. This half-track, which is still alive, is my MVP this game and every game, and this Kenton-Werfer is 1v1ing the Churchill. What a sad, sad sight. This may actually lure the German player into a false sense of security and get the Panther killed. Oh, it's not 1v1ing. There's Shreks on the Strumphaus, and that's, I think, the Piat squad too, so they might still have that. Very good that this got out. That would have been terrifically bad if it didn't. Doesn't decide to go for the kill shot with the Panther, which I think is a good decision, although, let's be fair, you could replace the Panther with the King Tiger at some point, so maybe I should just blow it all off and blow it all up. That's the end of the Tommy section. This could really be the end for the British. This is about to fire. This is not about to fire. This is about to fire.
An infantry section of
This
Tommies
is
has
not
been
about to
drained.
fire.
We're losing a capture point.
This is about to fire. It's not. It should shoot here. You know all the stuff is there. What's going on?
Enemy
Well,
threatening
the moment has passed. I feel like a lot of times in this game I've thought the British player had lost and then the British player came back, so let's not count the British player out.
Damned enemies trying
Damned
to take
enemies tried to take a point from us. Did it say Brett Connors? That's some guy. Some guy named Brett. Some guy named Britt. Hi, cat. What else can we talk about? Oh, here's the Stuka. Oh, that was the people repairing the tank. They were the only ones who knew how to do that. Everybody else is just like, well, I'm sure you'll figure it out yourselves, and they won't. They're not Americans. Only Americans have the self-sufficiency to repair their own. Okay, that's the end. Okay, wow, that was a really good match. I really enjoyed that. I hope you all did too. I was definitely jerking it at some points during that match because it was so good. Thank you to everybody in Twitch chat hanging out. Thank you to everybody who stayed subscribed to me on YouTube for the 6 years that I wasn't posting any videos and the 5 years that I was posting videos, but they were all terrible. And I love each and every one of you, except people who have ever said Kek unironically.